Well, next, let's queer up trans rights. North Carolina laws blocking trans rights have drawn less backlash than bathroom bills. 7 years ago, North Carolina became ground zero in the nationwide fight over transgender rights with the passage of a bathroom bill that galvanized culture warriors, canceled business projects and sporting events, and influenced a gubernatorial race. While a similarly Republican-controlled legislature's enactment of recent laws aimed at transgender youth generated passion from advocates and legislators, the public pushback against these policies has been insignificant compared to 2016 and House Bill 2. And the corporate world largely has taken a pass on getting involved. What can the change in attitudes be attributed to? Republican Senate leader Phil Berger acknowledged last week that the bathroom bill is widely regarded as the prelude to the present wave of legislation affecting trans people nationwide. When the law passed, major sports tournaments, businesses, and conventions pulled out of North Carolina, costing the states hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue before the policy was eventually rolled back in 2017 and settled in federal court in 2019. Republicans now hold veto-proof majorities in both chambers for the first time since 2018, which has opened the door to some LGBTQ+ restrictions that had not previously gained traction in the state. I'm tired, y'all. As a trans person, I'm just tired, and to be honest, I'm not even surprised with how the businesses are acting and how they're pushing back and pulling back on their word. After Dylan did her thing for that beer company and they didn't back her up, I honestly just wasn't surprised because they don't really care about trans rights. They care about money.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about us. And the sad thing is that there's real people behind it. There's real people behind these laws that are literally like not only not getting access to healthcare, but being murdered because of the stigma, because of the miseducation, because of everything that's just been happening in society. It's just disgusting, and I'm just tired. I'm just tired.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. I don't know. We're gonna have to do something about the amount of power our elected representatives are able to wield with their short terms in office. Because I can easily see how, we saw it here in Florida, where right away, if you were a company that didn't agree, like a Disney, then he tried to change the laws, he tried to destroy your company, right? And this is not supposed to be in a democracy. In a fascist country, yes, but not in a democracy and not in America for sure. And I can see how North Carolina is being affected by that veto-proof majority.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the companies are going. Now, I don't know if you remember, but a lot of those companies that are in North Carolina right now that have made it a pretty wealthy state, they were all, a lot of people tried to get them to move here, and they wouldn't come to Florida for various reasons. One of them being education.
Yeah.
And now they're up there in North Carolina, and now they're being faced with the same thing, right?
Yep.
Like, what do we do? How do we, remember when you open a company, just as an example, you open a company somewhere, you go like, I get 20 years of tax breaks because I'm going to do this and this for the company, right? And then these people get voted in for the little 2 years in office, and they go, oh, I'm going to take away your tax break. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that to you. I'm going to do.
Yep.
And next thing you know, there's silence in these places.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's also, let's go into the lies they've been telling us for the last several years. Groomer comes to mind, and we're after your children. And I think, I wrote it down differently, but, I think people are believing the lies because I don't know I think they're believing it more now than they did then. I don't know how to counteract that. It's by introducing them. It's by me going out there and talking to them and being like, and I agree. And I'll admit it here and now that because of my involvement in Queer News Tonight, I've become, I don't know what word to use. I've become a lot more informed around trans issues than beforehand.
Yeah.
Because I've had to sit across the table from them. I've had to talk to them. They've treated me nicely, which carries a lot of weight in my book. But yeah, there's an awful lot of people who feel more threatened now. We have that business owner in California who was an ally who got shot for having a pride flag. We've got Bud Light. We've got Disney. People are feeling more threatened. It's not any one thing. It's a combination of things. And that's what they hope that we're going to be so... The I heard years ago was shock and awe. They dropped so many bombs on us that we don't know what to deal with first.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that they see trans people as this like oogly boogly monster or whatever. Like I'm gonna like snatch your kids and like I don't know, like I don't know what they think, but like they see me as a monster.
We have to figure out a way to make people stand up because now is not a time to back down. So
yeah, but it's which people, right? Like when you said you're tired, like I feel like there's a large majority of people that are like, it's not my fight. I'm tired of hearing this shit. Why do I need to get involved? Because this story.
We teach a story about that, right? That eventually they come for you.
For you, right?
And people should have learned that. People should have seen that in Florida as an example. So the thing is, there's no time to be tired.
Yeah.
There's no time
for trans people. There's no time.
And there's
at
no
all.
time for. There's really only time for. Like right now, what we need is the companies in North Carolina to stand up and go, you know what? We're all together going to not accept this from these politicians.
Though. That's what I'm trying to say is like I feel like this story just says a lot in the fact that people are not going to fight for trans people. Like it's just sad and they're giving up.
It also starts in the LGBT community too, because I have seen a lot of LGBs not support the T. Let me tell you.
We've been lamenting that on this show for a long time. That, you know, and I think once we got marriage, everybody was like, and I know this isn't an original thought, but it is true. Once we got marriage,
we're done.
That's it. That's the pinnacle. That's the end all be all. And I remember that.
All right, guys, time to pack up.
Meanwhile, there are still several states where you can get fired for being gay. So what's the
including Florida?
Get it.
And I was working still working in a broadcast newsroom on the day that marriage equality came down. And oh my God, that was such a great day. That was such a great day. I think I left work at 3.
It wasn't great for everybody though. I didn't really understand it. Like as a black person in the LGBT, I was like, what are they talking about? Because that didn't make me more free. At all. Like marriage didn't make me more free at all.
Yeah.
I still have to worry about the cops.
Yeah.
I got to worry about the crazy Karen. I got to just to walk down the street. I still got to worry about all these people targeting me daily. And I'm sure as a trans person you can understand. You leave the house, you're a target. And it's like that didn't change anything. So when people were like, "Oh, we're done," I was like, "Done what?
We're
done doing what?" You live in a state where you have no freedom. There's no equal protections for gay people in the state of Florida. There never have been. What do you mean you're done? Done doing what?
I'll share this with you.
But everybody's equal now.
I am a white presenting man. You know, allegedly I should feel safe, but I'm sorry. I still carry the memories of being called faggot at 10 years old in a schoolyard in Somerdale, New Jersey.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Paul, I understand what obviously I don't understand what your experience, but I'm trying to understand what you're saying. And I think maybe to say it was a great day, you're right. It wasn't a great day for everyone, but I think there might have been a sense of a false sense of security and accepence.
But John, it's okay if it was a good day for you, though.
Well,
I got off.
But this is
a really good day for you.
But really, what it showed is, you know, when you have these organizations and these different that are all run by the same people. Right, and it was like mostly white gay men that were running everything. So in their minds, them and their marriages were safe.
Yeah, right. But the rest of the LGBT community, there was still like issues and problems being
huge
that's where
issues and problems, right? Which is why we try to diversify things more now, and they still don't want to do that. We're like, but there's a lot of work to do.
And getting to what you touched on, the other fights to fight. I remember because the decision came down about 10 o'clock in the morning. By 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock that afternoon, there were already, by this time, you know, we had all the celebrations, we had but the Republicans were getting into the office on CNN and on Fox and MS. And they were already saying, well, okay, fine, this happened, but we're going to make sure that they don't have to bake the cake, that they don't have to make the website. So they were already coming for us, even on what arguably is the high watermark of LGBTQ rights. And getting back to the North Carolina discussion, I think the word that we need to use for this is it's been normalized.
Yeah.
We were all up in arms in 2016 with these wretched bathroom bans. Even Mike Pence, who was governor of Indiana, had to step back and roll back a couple of bathroom bills that happened around the same time as North Carolina. But now, it's everywhere. Now it's not just North Carolina. It's Florida. It's Tennessee. It's Texas. And it's normalized. And the next time Republicans don't get their way at the ballot box, the first time, January 6th, is shocking. The second time,
yeah, but they've normalized that too.
That's what I'm saying. The second time it'll be normalized. It will be a step toward what, John?
That's a lot. Like it's scary what you said, and I'm here for it. I'm here.
Yeah.
They literally had banned trans women from chess competitions. Chess.
Yes, I remember.
Oh yes,
Doesn't make any sense. Like, are you trying to say that women are like inherently like less intelligent than men? Because that's what you're trying. Basically, that people were assigned female at birth are less intelligent than people.
They've always thought that in America, though.
Yeah, but then why would they
always
ban them?
been property.
Why would they ban them?
The ERA's still never been ratified in America. Women are not equal under the law in America. Yeah. And for people to ever sit back and go, "We're done," it just blows my mind. Because it's like,
women
it's like who's
done?
Yeah,
who?
Because new college is going to
people have to vote.
Those women education.
And it all comes back to voting, right? They wouldn't be doing this if they didn't have veto-proof majorities.
Right.
They're doing it because they know they can get away with it.
Well,
the only way they can continue it is to keep that majority. So we have to vote. We have to get these people out of office.
Absolutely.
All right, Paul, you're next.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ+ community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.